Hi folks, today I'm in Putnam Memorial State Park in Redding, Connecticut. During the Revolutionary War, the Continental Army was encamped here in the winter of 1778 through 1779. The rock piles you see stretched out before me are the collapsed chimneys of the huts the enlisted men stayed in. That winter was brutal, and the troops suffered. The men were cold, hungry, and poorly equipped. In fact, some men were almost naked. This encampment is often called Connecticut's Valley Forge. But I'm not here today to talk about that horrible winter. I'm here to talk about what happened here after the troops had moved on. In fact, well after the war was over. Up on that hill, right there. There is a cave up on those rocks called Phillip's Cave. Local lore says a soldier named Phillips, who was stationed here in the winter of 1779, returned well after the war had ended, and Phillips moved into this small cave. At first, Phillips tried to survive by hunting and foraging, and when that failed, he relied on the charity of local farmers for food. But when charity was not enough, Phillips took to stealing pigs and poultry from them, and the farmers were soon fed up. One day, as Philip crawled out of his cave, the farmers were waiting, and they shot him dead. So what brought Phillips back here? The war had ended, the Continental Army had won, and a new nation full of promise was born. Phillips should have been looking forward to a bright future full of hope. In 1939, Odell Shepard wrote about Phillips in Connecticut Past and Present. In trying to explain Phillips' motive for coming back here and moving into this cave, Shepard said, "For lack of any better explanation, I interpret this tale in terms of human loneliness. I think of the man Phillips as coming from one of those northwestern towns of the state which emptied themselves soon after the Revolutionary War into Vermont, New Hampshire, Western Massachusetts, New York, and Ohio. Some duty to aging parents may have prevented him from joining any of these migrations. And while he himself grew older, the forest crowded every year more closely round the uplandish farm where he lived and worked alone. Would it not have been a natural thing for him to go back, as soon as he was free, to the one place in which he had once been surrounded by companions? The rude barracks they had built were falling to pieces, no doubt, when he returned, and their flimsy roofs let in the rain and snow. But it was something to be so near the now ruined fireplaces, where a host of young men, a great tatterdemalion crowd of comrades, had once laughed and played and starved together.